Campaigners fighting plans to dredge a sandbank off the Kent coast, which is the final resting place for scores of World War II airmen, have taken their fight to Downing Street today. The Goodwin Sands lies 7.5 miles northeast of Dover, and the Dover Harbour Board wants to take aggregate from the sands to use as building material in the expansion of the port.
But more than 12,000 people have now signed a petition against those plans, and protesters include some very high-profile figures, such as the BFG actor Mark Rylance, who say that the area should be protected both as a war grave and as a marine conservation zone. Our political editor, Helen Catt, has more.
It's what or who may lie underneath these sands which worries campaigners. Dozens of pilots shot down during the Battle of Britain could have ended up here. Today, a petition was delivered to Downing Street against plans to dredge the sands, which it's feared could disturb the maritime graves.
They were Churchill's few, and we believe that it is our duty to honour those few, and that there are other better sources of aggregate in the area.
Some wrecks are known about, like this German Dornier plane raised from the sands 3 years ago. Dover Harbour Board says its planned dredging site would avoid all known military sites, and exclusion zones would be set up around any new finds, although campaigners remain unconvinced. The area being explored covers 4.5 square miles, and the proposal is to take the top half a metre of sand. The Harbour Board says that represents just 0.22% of the total volume of sand at Goodwin. The aggregate would then be taken to Dover to use on a major project to regenerate the Western Docks.
The Western Docks revival is really important to the development of the port, the renewal of Dover. It's absolutely right that the Harbour Board take that project forward. This is about where they get the aggregate from.
Today's petition also raises concerns about the effect dredging would have on flood defences and on seals, which use the sands to rest.
Some giant bird of prey brought down by a hunter is a German Dornier flying pencil.
But just weeks from Armistice Day, it's preserving the final resting place of those missing World War II pilots, which campaigners say is their most important aim.
Our political correspondent, Helen Catt, joins us from Westminster now. And Helen, there are, in fact, laws already in place to protect possible war graves, aren't there?
Yeah, there are. Military aircraft crash sites have been protected by legislation that was passed back in the 1980s. Anyone who thinks they're going to disturb one has to apply for a special licence from the Ministry of Defence, and those are not granted if it's believed that human remains are there. Now, I contacted the Ministry of Defence earlier specifically about the Goodwin Sands, and a spokesman told me that the Ministry of Defence believes that the final resting places of those who gave their lives for their country must be treated with dignity and respect, and it has advised Dover Harbour Board of its legal obligations. As I mentioned earlier, though, Dover Harbour Board believes that it has taken appropriate steps, and it doesn't think it's going to disturb any sites.
OK, Helen, thank you.